Friends, I know nobody asked, but here's an update anyway. I spent the last day and a half moving all this gravel from the end of my driveway, about halfway up the driveway, to here. This shed that you know and love can move from there to here, and then the ground will be prepped for a foundation for the 24 by 24 garage, and then we'll have somewhere to build a ramp inside and ride like BMX and maybe even my dirt jumper in if the ramp is good enough. Now, in saying that, that seems like a really good segue to address the odd comment that I get from time to time. Whenever I have an upload that's like heavily dirt jumper focused or BMX focused, I'll get a comment that goes, "Looks fun, but I'm too old to ride a bike like that." Bull. And trust me, I get that maybe it's hard for me to understand. It's just some snot-nosed 30-year-old. Maybe I don't understand. I think a better way of putting it, if you're gonna say that you're not going to do something, is I don't want to do that. Don't blame age, because I personally have a friend who learned backflips dirt to dirt at 50 years old. And now he's 57. He races enduro motocross bikes. So if you consider yourself old, whatever that number is, I don't care. Everybody's definition, I think, is a little bit different. And you're using your age as an excuse to not start doing something that you do want to try, maybe stop doing that. Or alternatively, if it's something that you're using your age as an excuse to not do, but you actually kind of just don't want to do it, you can say, I don't want to do that. I'm not interested. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I want to go ride my dirt jumper right now at 30 years old, so I'm going to. And later, you know, in my late 50s, I hope I continue to do the same. There's so much stuff in the way. By the way, this video is brought to you by Spindatt. Okay, I can see how that crash immediately as we show up here is not doing a real great job of helping me with my argument. Anyway, I think my argument still stands. As I sit here in moderate yet tolerable pain, more pain to my ego than anything else, my feet feel amazing. Thanks to today's sponsor, Bombas Socks. Bombas sources the best cottons and merino wools to make the most comfortable sock there is. And even in that crash, I didn't feel any movement of sock on my foot, not even a millimeter, thanks to the honeycomb technology in the midsole. And you can get 20% off these exact same socks if you enter code SPIN20 at checkout when you're making your purchase. And you can feel good about it because each pair of socks sold is one pair of socks donated to a community in need. My feet feel great. My ribs feel terrible. I think one of the main reasons that I absolutely hate reading those like I'm too old, it's too late, haven't done it, can't do it, won't do it, is that it's seemingly learned. Like it's a learned thing. Like if you didn't do it earlier, well, too damn late. Didn't fulfill some of the interests or dreams of your childhood? Well, too bad. You've got a job now. You gotta make sure you get to your job to pay for the things that you're supposed to get to be an adult when you're acting your age. You're too old to start that now. So when I read a seemingly defeated, I'm too old for that comment, it just makes me feel like someone who's watching my videos is probably like me and just heard, you know, be reasonable. You got to be realistic. Having heard the go-to pessimism that's normally dished out when you tell someone you want to do something or you want to try something new one too many times. Now, I assume you may be thinking, well, Eric, as you get older, the body doesn't bounce quite as good, things don't recover nearly as quick, and that is probably true. But, you know, you don't have to, like, if you're starting something at literally any age, you don't have to jump into the deep end. You can like learn stuff at your own pace. I don't really know, like, you don't have, like, no one expects a new person at any age to any sport to just be like comfortable and amazing at it. Like, it takes time. And that's not an age that's like anybody. Like anybody. Literally anybody. My dad, for example, he hasn't been mountain biking that long. But he does it all the time. He rides just as long as I do when I go mountain biking with him. And yeah. Risk management, a little different. I've seen him like not ride things before. And then like the next year, 2 years, he's like, yeah, I think I've got that. And then he like does it as a skill. Like, when you feel good about it, then try it. You know, it's not all send it all the time. It's never too late to start something that you want to try. Whether it's bikes, whether it's trying to fulfill a dream that you've always had. And I believe that, because if I gave up on my dreams when, you know, people started telling me to be a little more realistic, I wouldn't be able to do this.